So in this case, met in person only. We only have one message. Nice to meet you. Immediate follow-up with contact info, right? Just for demo purposes, I already have this message already set up, but I'm going to show you how to do another one. So just go up here to the top right, and actually first click on the gears and make sure you have an output method set up. So you need to have a reply to name and a reply to address. You'll also have to have in the near future an account, and that'll allow you, if you happen to work with multiple companies, you can define what is your account, and we'll use that address for spam compliance. That has to be on there, and also the reply to, and then also for email piping and stuff like that. So anyway, you'll see an account that has to be selected. Just hit that, hit save, you're good to go, and then just close this pop-up. Now you're ready to go. So let's hit schedule a new message. In this case, what we want to do is send a message. So we want to put nice to meet you, and we want to send an email. We could send an SMS text. We could also add a task to call this person. In this case, I want to send an email, and I want to send it 0 minutes after the information is captured. That's all accurate. I could change this to 7 days after the information is captured, any kind of delay. I want it to go out immediately, so I'll just leave it as 0. So as soon as somebody is dumped onto this intake method, they immediately get the message. In this case, what we want to do is put in this information, first name, first cap. So like, hi there, first name, first cap. What it'll do is if you happen to input it as all lowercase Bob, then it will capitalize the first letter. Our goal is to make this look like you actually wrote it as a human. We don't ever want any of your marketing to look like it's robotically driven, even though that's actually what's happening. So we have this first cap, and if somebody fills out a landing page, and they'll fill it out as all caps. So good to meet you. Here's my contact info. Generally what I recommend for this first message is, so good to meet you at X, if you met them at a trade show. So if this is an intake method based on, let's say, a trade show, so good to meet you at Comic-Con last week. So and so, here's my contact info below. By the way, I help people. I'd like to send you some information, how I can help you. By the way, I depend on referrals. Who would you like to meet? Now these replies will come to you individually, right? Because you defined that in the reply address. Finally, end with your contact info, because this is the first message. So here's my contact info. Include your phone, your email, whatever it is that you want them to have. And at the bottom, just hit save. And now what we want to do is schedule some automation. And what we want to do is move people, after this one message campaign, we want to move people onto the here's what I do and here's why you should care campaign. So what we do is go over here to move to what I do. And we want to set up automation robotics, and what we want to do is move the prospect, and then we're also going to delete it off of this campaign. And what we want to do is, let's say 3 hours later, after the information is captured, we want a little bit of delay so that this happens after the other one. So at least put 1 minute or longer, or 6 minutes or longer. Give it a couple hours. In this case, what we're going to do is copy them to a campaign, and we're also going to copy them to a sequence, and then we're going to delete them from this list, which is basically moving them, right? So we could just copy them if we wanted to, and then leave them on this list. In this case, I like to keep my sequences clean so that if I change it and I edit something, it doesn't resend to somebody from the past if I make a mistake or something like that. So I just like to keep everything clean and organized, and I encourage you to do so too. So I want to, in this case, dump them onto my general awareness right away. If I wanted to, I could do that. I am not going to do that. So for this design, you could do it right away. So what you could do is go from here onto the 8x8, and at the same time, simultaneously, onto the orange blanket awareness. Here's what I also do, right? And that's based on audience. I'm not going to do that here, so I want to delete that. But I do want to send them, here's what I do. And then I want to delete them from here. So what they'll do is they'll flow from here to here, delete from here, and that way they're just somewhere in this sequence. And then I'm going to delete them. So I'm going to hit save. And that's it. You can rinse and repeat for this sequence. Now what we can do is refine the here's what I do, and in this we can include a mix of tasks such as call you, right, or scheduled phone calls, snail mail, which what we'll do is we'll prompt you to print and mail something to somebody, and tasks, and then also automation, and then of course email. One of the unique things that separates Swift Marketing from other systems is we have multimodal follow-up sequences. So this sequence can include phone calls, and what we'll do is we'll prompt you to call them, and we'll tell you why. So we'll say, call Bob Jones at 310-555-4444 regarding 8-day follow-up. It's been 8 days since you met. something like that. So you could make this fourth message, let's say, or eighth message, a follow-up phone call. You could also prompt yourself to send them a handwritten card, something like that. That's technically a task that we create in your Swift Cloud system under tasks. And that'll show in your daily log and you'll get a digest. There you go. I hope that helped. If you have any questions, let us know and we'll update this help file. Thanks.